guess what? It's early. It's 7:15, and we're doing the rather exciting weekly news review and opinion roundup of the week of the news of the week news nights. I'm doing it early because I might get a few more viewers, I'll be honest with you. I probably won't, but you never know. Something else going on, I can't remember what it is. Very unimportant and I don't really care. But anyway, we're going to do the weekly news review roundup thing. And yeah, we're doing it early. So I'm going to rattle through this like it's happening already, which technically it is. So it kind of makes sense to have it rattling on already. Anyway, yeah, let's crack on, shall we? Don't forget to like, share and comment. Subscribe as well if you can be arsed, you don't have to. We're going to start with the main news of the week, which is not that. That was last week's main news of the week. Why is that still there? Oh, hang on. Yeah, no. Why am I all the way over there? I'm having a moving experience. Oh dear me. There we go, horizontally. There we go. Right then, so these are the biggest stories of the week. So we start on Monday the 8th. Russian carries out a massive bombardment on Ukraine, including the main children's hospital, where children who are not only being treated for the injuries that they have gotten from the war itself, the illegal war, but also things like cancer and other horrendous things. It's basically like Ormond Street Hospital or the Alder Hey Hospital in Liverpool. It's basically the main children's hospital, and people from other parts of Europe have been going there as well. But Russia said, yeah, we know that, but the targets were military. That's fine then, isn't it? Carry on. Many dead and many more injured. It was the day before a NATO summit about Russia's Ukraine war. And that's going to go well then, isn't it? Biden says on Monday he's not going anywhere after ringing in to a live TV show, which is not, I would have thought, the actions of someone who's sensible. Oh, hang on a minute. No, I ring into TV shows. It's a genius move by Biden to ring into a national TV show and get his point across. Anyone who doesn't do is a fool. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, check my early vlogs out. I did quite a lot of that. The new MPs arrive at Parliament and are sworn in. Labour are going to allow new onshore wind farms, and building regulations are to be relaxed, which means there's more building going on the green belt. So the bit that we like when we walk around Wigan is going to get built on. Also, they may allow prisoners to be released less than halfway through their sentence, though non-violent prisoners, not murderers, rapists, or anyone else. Just like your normal crooks and probably your drug dealers and all. I mean, what could possibly go wrong? Shadow Cabinet, Lord Cameron has gone, and there's a timeline coming for the new leader of the Tory party. Thus far we've not heard what it is. Tuesday, Keir Starmer flies to the US for the NATO meeting about Ukraine, and the Kremlin deny again targeting Children's Hospital after addressing Parliament for the first time. Well, hang on, go away you. There you go. After addressing Parliament for the first time as Prime Minister. What? Oh no, Keir Starmer. Sorry, I wrote them in the wrong place. Yeah, Keir Starmer flew to the US after addressing Parliament for the first time. Putin and the Kremlin have not been addressing Parliament for the first time. I mean, who would make a mistake like that? Was it deliberate? We'll find out later. Wednesday the 10th, mum and two daughters have been murdered by a crossbow in their house. 26-year-old Kyle is on the run and is caught in a cemetery. Biden and Keir Starmer pose with other world leaders. It's all over for Biden. I mean, it doesn't matter if the Democrats want him out. George Clooney says he needs to quit. So as soon as George Clooney weighs in, you're done. You're out of there. You are no longer here. Because that's how it works with the American politics, which is why, even though I slag off the British politics, the American politics is worse. 29 dead in another war crime by IDF. They are reviewing the airstrike. Thursday the 11th, in Bristol, 2 suitcases with human remains were found on Clifton Suspension Bridge. Search for a man photograph issued. Biden is to hold a news conference later on Thursday, which I watched live. Keir meets Biden in the Oval Office and says he was on really good form and going at pace. Another lie from Keir Starmer. When will this guy ever stop lying? Crossbow murder suspect is in serious condition in hospital. Police are unable to talk to him or arrest him. Unsure whether or not the wound was, or the injuries were self-inflicted, or whether or not they were caused by the police. Water bills set to rise by £19 in 5 years. That is the average. There are some water companies that are going to pretty much double their water bills. And my argument has been from day one of the water crisis that these private companies are paying their shareholders. They are paying dividends out left, right and centre. They bought and knew they were buying a Victorian infrastructure for a Victorian population. The population has surged, the population is surging more. They've not invested a huge amount of money into the infrastructure. Ergo, it's now knackered, and now it's up to everyone to pay for it while they're still paying shares and all that kind of thing. Fuck that, I say. What we're going to do is, if I was Labour, I would just say, right, you paid 25 billion for United Utilities, you paid dividends of 10 billion to your shareholders over the last 20 years or whatever, so we're going to give you 15 billion and buy it back. But you've invested 4 billion, so we'll make that 19 billion and buy it back. We are not letting these people keep making money on being shite, literally, at what they do. Biden introduces Zelensky as Putin. Oh look, it's almost like I knew that were coming. But he comes out fighting. He did say, when asked about the is he suitable to be president, and is Kamala Harris suitable to be vice president, he did say that Vice President Trump is very suitable and he wouldn't have picked them otherwise. Yeah. But we've all got names wrong, haven't we? It's terrifying. It is terrifying what is going on in America. He rambled quite a bit when answering the questions, but I was expecting a lot worse. And he got really angry over gun crime, particularly for children. I mean, that was the most emotional I've seen him for a considerable length of time. He was saying it's ridiculous that children are basically killing each other with guns and we need to sort something out. Now, he isn't someone who's in the NRA, the National Rifle Association of America, who are massively into guns. Donald Trump's massively involved in that, and we've covered that before. But Biden is not anti-gun, but he certainly thinks there should be more restrictions on people buying guns. We wait with breath of beta to see if anything comes out of that. It depends who wins the election in America. That brings us to Friday the 12th of July 2024. Biden gets back on the campaign trail. Yet more of his party want him out after the, quote, disastrous big boys, as we'll see later on, solo press conference he did. I thought he did alright. I was expecting, like I say, a lot worse. Southwest London, more body parts are found linked to the Bristol case. the Bristol suitcase case, the bodies. More body parts have been found. It now appears that 2 bodies are involved in this gruesome event. And if the people were killed in London and then their body parts transferred via train, one assumes, to Bristol, then you've got to feel that if you're on a train with a guy with 2 massive suitcases, that things are a bit, I don't know, horrible. Anyway, the good news is, well, there isn't any good news. Thousands of prisoners to be released early to ease pressure, says the new Labour Justice Secretary. It's been confirmed. We're going to let everyone out of prison because nothing will go wrong if we do that. Saturday the 13th, unlucky for some. 90 dead in yet another safe zone attack by Israel in Gaza. They say that they were aiming for the leader of Hamas and his second in command, but they don't know whether or not they got him. It was Mohammed Diaf who they were looking to kill, but never mind, they killed 90 people. Collateral damage, as the IDF say, and the rest of the world say, alright, go on then, we'll let you off with that one. And I'm like, why? Why do we do this? Why do we keep letting him off? Benjamin Netanyahu should be in The Hague undergoing war trials for war criminal activity that he's done, as should Blair and Bush. Anyway, a 34-year-old man is arrested in the body parts murder cases in Bristol and London. People are still trying to, well, the officials still trying to figure out the identities of the 2 male bodies that have been found. At least 2 male bodies. The trial of Alec Baldwin's gun case from the Rust set has been dropped. The family say it does not change the facts that Alec Baldwin killed their family member, who was the cinematographer, if you remember. And then breaking news as we came over from Saturday night into Sunday, Trump injured, right ear, gunshots are heard at a rally in America. Sunday the 14th, Trump calls on Americans to stand united. The gunman was a 20-year-old and was shot dead by police security forces on a roof. A man was also killed who was in the crowd, and 2 are critically injured. And that brings us up to date, pretty much, with the news. But a lot of news going on this week, and none of it good. I mean, I'll be honest with you, it's just absolutely awful, the news at the moment, which is why I'm thinking of changing the format of this programme to making it a bit more cheery. You know, whether it does or not is another thing, but we'll go with it. Anyway, that brings us to the world news. So this is the news as reported around the world. Now normally it's Australia, and it's America, but basically there's one news story that has dominated the news this week, and we are going to be looking at that at length. So the other stuff we're going to do. What are you doing? What are you doing? Silence. What are you doing? Silence is doing something she shouldn't be doing. What are you doing? Silence. Oh, she's a bad cat. She's rummaging where she shouldn't rummage. She get trapped in there and have to dig her out. Anyway, world news. What's it like, eh? Oh, hang on a minute. Oh, no. I need to go to... I've not done the things, have I? Dum-de-dum-de-dum. All files. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Extract all. Extract. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Right, there we go. Right, world news. Australia, mate. Post office struggles to fill the gap after big banks close. Now, this is something that may well be happening in the UK fairly soon, unfortunately. and that is the fact that a lot of banks are closing their branches. This is Australia's ahead of us in all this, but yeah, all the banks are closing branches, and hang on, I need to rescue the cat. Bear with me. I shall be but a moment. Where are you? No, don't know where she is. So we'll just... No, don't know where she is. I mean, she's banned from this room forever. Right then. And also in Australia, an incident is right now unfolding at the Donald Trump rally in Pennsylvania after multiple gunshots were fired. Blood could be seen on Trump's ear and face as he was evacuated from rally stage by Secret Service. Which brings us to the news in America. And there is quite a lot of news in America. If you are moderately squeamish, particularly regarding blood, like I am, then this next 15-20 minutes may not be for you, although the first 10 minutes might be alright, to be fair. So this was earlier on in the week. Trump wants to test personal loyalty of vice president candidates with two questions. Former President Donald Trump's prospective running mates may be asked only two questions when the presumptive Republican nominee interviews them, according to an ex-Trump administration office. I think the two questions would be, do you like me? Are you going to kill me? And if the answers to that is yes and no, then he'll probably have them. One of Biden's closest friends wants him to take a complete neurological exam. President Biden's biographer revealed that one of the Commander-in-Chief's closest friends thinks he should have a complete neurological exam and publicly release the results. Problem is, I don't think that's going to help his case. The issue we have with Biden is the fact that, well, it's Biden and he's old, and sadly, yeah. A vote for Biden is a vote to make Kamala Harris president all too soon. This is obviously a newspaper or a website that doesn't like Biden particularly but loves Donald Trump, which is why it gets interesting in a bit. A vote for Joe Biden in this November is a vote to make Kamala Harris president next year or soon thereafter. The president cannot possibly last another 4 years. His decline is unmistakable and plainly accelerating rapidly. So yeah, they are correct in that assertion, sadly. A high dream frequency, assassination. Think of the game Assassin's Creed, you'll get there. Biden sticks to teleprompters as he gives NATO chief medical off freedom to kick off 75-year summit. Lots of leaders use these teleprompters. I don't know why that is such a big deal. I mean, the deal would be if he couldn't read the teleprompter. That would be more of a story, and I think that would be coming. Parkinson's doctor suggests Biden has classic features of neurodegeneration after a Revelation specialist visited White House 8 times. A New York-based neurologist who specialises in treating Parkinson's disease suggested that President Biden is exhibiting classic features of neurodegeneration. As speculation swirls about his political future. Democratic voters desperate to move on from Biden share the candidates they'd rather vote for. Can't go through with this guy. Following a disastrous debate performance, Joe Biden is hemorrhaging support, even amongst his former voters, according to post-debate polling data. 2/3 of voters agree Biden is too old to be president. 1 in 3 Democrats say the president should step aside in the election. That is true. I knew what you meant though, don't worry, it's fine. I'll just call you Biden from now on. SNL dodged a bullet this summer. This is on Tuesday, this was published. Depressing Joe Biden is hard to laugh at. In the days since the first presidential debate, a surreal a calamity in which the whole world learned that the Americans' geriatric leader can barely speak. After sundown, a familiar election presence has been missing. There's been no Saturday Night Live. That's because CNN train wreck that pitted a befuddled and beady-eyed President Joe Biden against former President Donald Trump was the earliest ever televised head-to-head, because he had to go to bed. Should have gone to bed before he did it, to be fair. 3 more House Democrats call on Biden to drop out of the 2024 race following NATO press conference. Now, I say I did watch this press conference, and I thought he did considerably better than I expected. Yes, he called Kamala Harris Vice President Trump, but I mean, we've all done that, haven't we? Top Nevada Democrat likens Trump to Putin. Don't believe me, look at Russia. Las Vegas, this is. Democrats have often likened Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler, but a top Nevada state senator on Thursday brought the hyperbole into the 21st century, saying that ex-pres and presumptive GOP presidential nominee is the American equivalent of Russian dictator Vladimir Putin. Quote, if Donald Trump becomes president, everything that we have in the bank goes away because he'd be a dictator. Close quotation marks. Yeah, I don't think it works like that. Biden calls Kamala Harris Vice President Trump during a highly anticipated big boy press conference, told you. But it was worse earlier when he might have said, Biden calls Ukraine's Zelensky President Putin in front of NATO leaders in the latest brutal gaffe. President Biden drew gasps on Thursday evening when he referred to Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky as President Putin, confusing him with the Russian tyrant whose forces have invaded Ukraine for the past 2.5 years. President Biden drew gasps on Thursday evening when he referred to Ukrainian President Vladimir Zelensky as a very brave, very honourable President Putin. Whoops. We've all done it. We've all got people's names wrong, haven't we, during frequency? Anti-Israeli protests erupt at Biden's Detroit rally. How many kids have you killed today? President Biden is getting less than warm welcome in the crucial swing state of Michigan as he prepares to take the stage for his first public address since his Thursday night gaffe-filled big boy press conference. Around 50 pro-Palestinian protesters gathered around the parking entrance at the Detroit's Renaissance High School, where the 81-year-old president was giving a speech. And he's out again. Yay, well done. The good news is you won't have to stay in as long now, because Labour don't believe people like you should be inside for too long. So good news, Annie. Yay. He's a resident criminal, but I didn't tell you that. Trump rushed off stage after sounds of gunfire erupt at rally. Gunfire appeared to erupt at former President Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania while he was speaking at stage. In capital letters, shots fired at President Trump rally in Pennsylvania. People in the crowd could be heard screaming. Secret Service agents crowded Trump, basically putting their bodies in front of his. I didn't go to jail. Okay, fair enough. It's the first time for everything. Trump sees outpouring of support after assassination attempt at a rally stop. Politicians and high-profile celebrities rushed to offer support for ex-president Donald Trump after he was injured in an apparent assassination attempt during a campaign stop in Pennsylvania. Now, I'm not a big fan. I am joking, obviously. I'm not a big fan of... Yeah, hi Billy. Got a text off Bill. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm not a big fan of Trump. I've said that before. I think if you're convicted of a serious criminal, in their case federal, which is a national criminal charge, you should not be allowed to become president. I don't think you can become prime minister if you have a criminal record. I mean, that rules me out, obviously, because I did buy the Frog Chorus by Paul McCartney back in the day, which which is a criminal record. Bum, 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 bum. Anyway, yeah, we digress. This is where it's going to get a bit complicated. Now, if you are offended by blood, please look away now. Trump shot on side of head in apparent assassination attempt. That's how you spell assassination. Video showed the moment gunfire appeared to erupt at Donald Trump's rally in Pennsylvania and his ear was grazed during an apparent assassination attempt. Now, if I was a cruel, nasty, satirical person, bearing in mind I'm not, I could come up with a joke about that, but someone died and 2 people critically ill, so I'm not going to do that. I don't care about the gunman, to be fair, being dead. Trump shot at Pennsylvania rally. Witness describes rush to protect former president after apparent assassin targets him. Where are we? That one. There's a lot of pictures that are very similar, so you'll have to bear with me. Gunman behind attempted assassination on Trump shot and killed by Secret Service, say sources, which again I have zero issue with. Turns out though that the gun was legally bought and held as well. Gunman, yeah, I've done that one. Told you this is going to get very complicated because there's a lot of very similar, more blood pictures. Donald Trump left blooded after being shot inside of head by would-be assassin. Former president was shot in the side of the head on stage in an apparent assassination attempt at a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Like I say, I'm not a fan of Trump, but no politician should be treated like this. I know it's a lot less, but I have mentioned this in the past with Nigel Farage. You agree with him, disagree with him, it doesn't really matter. The fact is, he's out there to put his opinion across and get votes, and if you disagree with him and you vote against him, you do not throw milkshakes or other objects at him. And thankfully in Britain, that is the most common thing that happens. It's eggs, milkshakes, that kind of thing. We did have 2 murders of sitting MPs over the last 10 years, which is horrific. But in America, yeah, they use guns. Trump punts fist at crowd in defiant gesture seconds after assassination attempt. I think it was more the shock of it all than anything else. But yeah, he did. He put his front up in the strawberry McDonald's milkshakers as far as we go. Donald Trump Jr. says father will never stop fighting after apparent assassination attempt. Former President Donald Trump's eldest son shared a photograph of his bloodied father with his first fist in the air shortly after the apparent attempt on his life in Pennsylvania. Quote, "He'll never stop fighting to save America," close quote, Donald Trump Jr. wrote on X with an American flag emoji. You'd think he'd write it on Truth, wouldn't he? Because his dad owns Truth. I mean, that's not loyalty, is it? Jeez. We need loyalty from the family. Hashtag just saying. Mayor Adams surging police across New York in wake of Pennsylvania shooting. Mayor Eric Adams is deploying New York Police Department officers across the city in the wake of the assassination attempt on Donald Trump in Pennsylvania. Quote, "The events that have unfolded at today's rally in Pennsylvania are horrific. No matter our disagreements, we must all agree that violence of any kind is unacceptable. I am praying for the safety of former President Trump and anyone else who may have been injured in the attack," close quotes. Also seems to be just protecting himself, but there you go. White House downplays Trump assassination attempt as an incident, which is what people like that do. The White House on Saturday did not initially refer to the shooting at Trump rally that left the former president blooded as an assassination attempt, downplaying it as an incident. The president received an initial briefing on the incident at former President Trump's rally, was the quote given out by the White House in a statement. Yeah. I mean, again, I'm not an expert on these things, but I know an assassination attempt when I see one. Trump is fine after the apparent assassination attempt at Pennsylvania rally, which is, like I say, good news. Don't agree with the guy, But, you know, this is just ridiculous. Trump shot at Pennsylvania rally, live updates, witnesses describe rush to protect... Oh, I've done that one. Sorry, I say there's a lot of similar pictures here, so it's going to get a bit complicated. Biden calls Trump assassination attempt sick. I have tried to get hold of Donald using a sniper rifle's bullet, I would imagine. President Biden called the apparent assassination attempt on Donald Trump sick and said he tried to call his general election rival in the hospital following the shooting at a Pennsylvania rally. I've tried to get a hold of Donald. He's with his doctors. Apparently he's doing well. I plan on talking to him shortly. I hope when I get back on the telephone. Where are we? Boom, 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 boom. That's the one. Witnesses frantically tried to warn police of rifle-carrying sniper on the roof before assassination attempt. You can just see in the smaller picture there the roof, and you can see which technically is the body of the sniper on the roof, which is, the full picture is very gruesome. I did accidentally find that. As is this picture, again if you're squeamish, look away. Hi Rongun. Angela, wait, what? You're early. Yeah, I don't know how long whatever's going on is going to go on for, so I thought I'd get it out of the way. Trump says he felt the bullet ripping through his skin in the first statement since assassination attempt. Former President Donald Trump says he felt the bullet ripping through his skin during an assassination attempt at a campaign rally in Pennsylvania. I was shot with a bullet that pierced the upper part of my right ear, the 78-year-old presumptive Republican presidential nomination said in his first statement after being rushed to a local hospital. I knew immediately that I'd been hit. Well, you would do, especially with all the blood everywhere, the Secret Service jumping all over you. Leftists hate rules social media after Trump assassination attempt. Not moments after someone tried to assassinate Donald Trump, the trending topic on X was disgustingly, they missed, and how did they miss? Just how depraved do you have to be to sink that low? Like I say, these are Trump supporters. There have been plenty of examples of division in our history, and no, you don't need to go all the way back to the Civil War to find them. I mean, yeah, I remember the assassination attempt on Reagan, Ronald Reagan, and that was, yeah, that was scary times as well. Ivanka Trump shares heartfelt message for her dad Donald after assassination attempt. She says, quote, continue to pray for our country. Former first daughter Ivanka Trump shared a heartfelt message for her father Donald after the assassination attempt on his life on Saturday during a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Thank you for your love and prayers for my father and for the other victims of today's senseless violence in Butler, Pennsylvania, she wrote. Witness describes mayhem. A sniper takes aim at Trump, killing at least one audience member. This is the other part of the tragedy. As I mentioned earlier on, there was a guy who's heavily involved as a volunteer in a local fire authority who apparently died trying to protect his family from the bullets. He got hit and he sadly passed away, and two other people are critically ill in hospital, even a while on, which is horrendous and heinous. And you know, there's no words that can describe something like this. I mean, I'm not old enough to remember the assassination of JFK, although I have watched lots and lots of stuff about it. But yeah, so here we go. This is a quick look at the map of the area. It's not a full map of the area. The buildings behind the stage is where the Secret Service were, and just left of the picture is another building where the shooter was, which wasn't actually in this compound. It was on the other side of the compound, but one would have thought Secret Service agents would be able to well, you know, notice, hang on a minute, there's something over there, do we not keep an eye on that building as well? But yeah, The sniper shot at the former president from 130 yards away on a roof of a manufacturing plant. The gunman who tried to assassinate former President Donald Trump at the Pennsylvania campaign had positioned himself on the roof of a manufacturing plant more than 130 yards away from the stage. The shots originated from atop the building, part of the AGR International Inc. Complex, which is located behind and to the left of the stands of the rally goers. Why didn't the police listen? I think it was all fairly quick, to be fair. It'd only been talking for about 3 minutes or so. I didn't watch the actual thing live. It was T who sent me a message, and then I went on to, because I was going to do my gaming thing, but I went on to the news and it was all kicking off. So I ended up watching that until 1:30 this morning. Video shows moment Secret Service sniper kills the Trump gunman. I've not seen that video because I don't really want to watch that particularly. But yeah, I mean, that's instant justice, isn't it? And I think, you know, can't argue with that. I was on Twitter when it broke. No need to shout. And Twitter doesn't technically exist anymore, so technically you're lying. Fake news. Was it staged? Social media trolls claim Trump shooting was fake. Almost immediately after former President Donald Trump narrowly escaped assassination attempt, it was narrow to be fair, trolls took to social media with the wild claims that the shooting was staged. On X, conspiracy theorists dismissed the deadly attempt on Trump's life as a stunt to boost his campaign. After Trump, the word stage was the #2 top trending topic on the app in the wake of the shooting. Or should that be in the woke for the shooting? Woke. So we're doing it early. I'm not watching it. I'll be broadcasting during the final. Secret Service snipers take down Trump gunman. And there's the images of the snipers aiming and shooting at the 20-year-old who tried to kill Donald Trump. I don't know what people, think when they do stuff like that they're actually going to achieve. But there you go. Show must go on. Trump will attend the RNC next week after assassination attempt, campaign says. Donald Trump will attend the Republican National Convention 2 days after surviving gunman's attempt to assassinate him. President Trump looks forward to joining you all in Milwaukee as we proceed with our convention to nominate him to serve as the 47th President of the United States, said a statement from the party. Is that one? Oh no, we've done that one, haven't we? We've done that one. That's that one. Yeah, we've done that one. Biden speaks with Trump after assassination attempt at Pennsylvania rally. President Biden spoke with former President Donald Trump on Saturday night after the ex-president survived an assassination attempt at a Pennsylvania rally. Biden, 81, said earlier on Saturday he tried to call the 81-year-old Republican presidential candidate, the 79-year-old, while he was being treated in Pittsburgh area hospital. So yeah, the good news is that Trump has got an earpiece in, but other than that he's fine. Sadly not so the gentleman who lost his life. Panic as Trump gunman opened fire. He's got a gun, he's on top of the roof, which is what Angela was on about. Dramatic video captured the chaos as rally goers spotted the gunman on a roof moments before he opened fire at President Donald Trump. He's got a gun, one person is heard yelling as another cries, he's on top of the roof. The gunman, who was then killed by Secret Service snipers, is believed to have crawled onto the roof of the building about 130 yards away from the main stage. Thomas Matthew Crooks ID'd as the gunman who shot Trump during the Pennsylvania rally. The gunman who attempted to assassinate former President Donald Trump was identified as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks. He squeezed off shots, one of which grazed Trump in the ear at an outdoor rally in Butler just outside Pittsburgh. We're nearly done now. We're not hanging around. We're not hanging around, mate. That one. So many pictures that are the same. FBI yet to identify motive behind gunman Thomas Matthew Crooks' attempt to assassinate the Trump, and they are still trying to find out what pushed him to actually do this. Trump campaign launches fundraiser for Pennsylvania rally shooting victims. Within an hour, they'd already raised $85,000 for the victims. I imagine that's going to get into the millions of dollars, to be fair. Trump seen for the first time after he's shot by a 20-year-old in attempted assassination. He arrives at New Jersey airport. The Trump was seen striding down the steps of his private plane, Trump Force One, in the first image of the former president since a would-be assassin's bullet nearly took his life. He was flanked by Secret Service as he walked down the tarmac at Newark Liberty International Airport after midnight. So yeah, I mean, doesn't bear thinking about, does it? It really doesn't bear thinking about what goes on. Horrifying video shows would-be assassin open fire on former rooftop. Sorry, I didn't realise that picture was quite that graphic. I do apologise. Dems in a pickle. Biden is sinking, but Camilla could be an even worse bet. So this is, Trump's not dead, so let's carry on slagging off Biden and Camilla Harris. But then we go to pictured Thomas Matthew Crooks, the would-be assassin who shot former President Donald Trump. Thomas Matthew Crooks, the gunman who attempted to assassinate the former President Donald Trump during a Pennsylvania rally on Saturday, has been pictured for the first time. Crooks, 20, was on the roof of a manufacturing plant over 130 yards away. He took fire at the former president, grazing Trump's ear and killing one rally attendee before being shot himself. Dad of Trump shooter Thomas Matthew Crooks trying to figure out what the hell is going on. The father of 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks reportedly said he's trying to figure out what the hell is going on as his son was identified as former President Trump's attempted assassin. Matthew Crooks wouldn't provide details about his son and wanted to wait until I talked to law enforcement before speaking out on the horrific shooting. Yeah, I mean, you can't be held responsible for your kids unless, of course. Yeah, last time I looked, 500,000 raised. Yeah, there you go, Dream, and rightly so. Ivanka Trump believes Mum Ivana was watching over Dad Donald during the assassination attempt 2 years after her death. Anyway, that's enough of the serious stuff. Be honest with you, it's all been a bit, you know, yucky, isn't it, the news. So this is a bit where we go, let's have a look at the news that's a bit funnier. So this is the news that makes me go, or stuff like that. So this is the light size of the news. Looks like one of those kids at school who would laugh hysterically at all your jokes and do exactly what you told them. Yeah, more than likely. The whole thing's horrific, no matter how you look at it. You know, it is just the way the world's going. Anyway, let's have a look at a bit of lighter stuff, shall we? And some of these are hilarious. New breakfast cereal for people who get offended by everything. It's called Snowflakes, and it's now with added tears. I can think of a few of them. Very British graffiti. There's a sign there, McDonald's drive-through, but someone's corrected it to actually spell the word through rather than T-H-R-U. When your mum hate your daddy but still named you after him. And this girl here is a HCC student, and she's called Piece of Shit, which is hilarious. Department store wax mannequins melting during the heat wave in 1929. It looks like something out of a horror movie. This is quite clever, this one. I like this one. Walkers in road. and it's a packet of what look like Walker's Crisps 6-pack in the road. So Walker's in the road. If you live in America or Europe where they're called Lays, you won't get that joke, but over here in Britain it's hysterical. After just one weekend with the Stormers, Larry the cat has come out as non-binary vegetarian called Laverne. Worst film I've ever seen, Sid James wasn't even in it. And it's a sign for luggage, and it says "Carry on, flight bag." Yep, a shit film. Bit of Banksy. I don't know what that's about, so we'll move on. This is Australian news. Bonjour to direct flights from Perth to Paris. Apparently, the airline, I nearly said Quasimodo there, Qantas, are not allowed to fly planes to France directly anymore after they practically crash into the Eiffel Tower. New footbridge is open. It's basically an electric bus that's crashed and it's gone over a bridge, and the front door's open, the back door's open, and you can actually use it. Gone over a river, sorry, you can actually use it as a bridge. I mean, that is hysterical. And this is one of my favourite things of the night. Phil Foden always looks like he's just asked his mum if he can go out and play, but she said no because his dinner will be ready in 10 minutes. And there is something about Phil Foden that makes him... He's like the king of chavs, isn't he? He's a great guy. I follow him on social media. I think it's Instagram I follow him on. And he seems really down to earth and a likeable chap. But yeah, he does look like that, oh, mom, kind of thing. We're coming back. You'll see this image again, but trust me. From one legend of Britain to another one. Sir David Attenborough, cherish the natural world because you're a part of it and you depend on it. If you think about it, he's right. But when is Sir David Attenborough ever wrong? When he dies. This is what irony means. You buy an electric car to save the planet and a tree kills it. So it's a picture of a car parked up, I would imagine, in London somewhere, and it's a Tesla, and it's basically been crushed by a tree that's fallen. A big tree, to be fair. But yeah, but that's because the planet knows that electric cars are not the future. Electric cars are not the future. Cat thinks, where can I possibly position myself to become the most dangerous obstacle in the house? And it's a brown cat lying face up along a step on a flight of stairs which is brown. David Attenborough, 200 years old, 2 billion air miles. You're not wrong. This is genius as well. This is an oil tanker. No safety, smoking first, it says very proudly under the bridge. Although obviously you're supposed to read it, no smoking, safety first. But it doesn't look like that to me. It looks like no safety, smoking first. So yeah, we're on a big ship that's containing lots and lots of dangerous items. So you carry on smoking because we don't care about the safety. Gareth Southgate set for knighthood whether England win Euro or not. That's the only reference we're going to make to that nonsense. And then we get on to Jay Slater. Cops reckon he could be alive elsewhere as they probe 3 leads. Spanish police are following up 3 secret leads in hope to find Jay Slater alive elsewhere on Tenerife, and that sure someone somewhere knows what has happened to the missing teen. It's getting on for 4 weeks since he vanished. Aliens about to land, eerie black ring floating on sky sparks ET theories. No, it's not that at all. It's a chimney stack that's learnt how to blow smoke rings. Britain to scorch in high 30-degree centigrade heatwave, but everyone has same complaints. Brits are finding it difficult to deal with the less than lovely weather as the fine line between wet and sweat, as Reddit users moaning about the muggy conditions. Good use of the word muggy there. We're looking for a new James Bond. TV legend Paul Chuckle throws his hat into the ring for the role as the new James Bond. Chucklevision star Paul Chuckle has cheekily confirmed he would love to be in the running as the next James Bond, with other suggestions including Tom Hardy and Daniel Kaluuya. I think Chuckle would do good as being the new Q. My penis is the size of a Red Bull. It's so big it's ruining my sex life. Now Red Bulls are not that big. I'd like to think that mine is the size of a Monster can. I mean, it's obviously not. It's not even the size of this bloody pencil. But you know, we can all imagine, can't we? Naked decorator sparks chaos as giggling cops are called to woman's house. Naturist Stuart Gilmore was 26 foot up a ladder in nothing but his birthday suit outside Marie Goody's house in Middleton when the giggling officer arrived and asked him to get dressed. It's not illegal to be naked in public. It is frowned upon, and even the police officers find it hilarious. Anyway, Phil Fordham. This picture. Take a look at this picture, and it's a case of spot the difference. So we're now going to play a game of spot the difference. Are you ready? In 3, 2, 1, spot the difference. You won't even notice. Fans have found the perfect way to help England make history, and supporters hope petting the post will bring Phil a personal change of fortune in front of the goal as he and his teammates make history. Sorry. Bloke tries to smuggle more than 100 snakes stuffed down his trousers into China. A man shoved more than 100 snakes down his trousers as he tried to enter mainland China from Hong Kong, despite the unknown bloke claiming he had nothing to declare at the border. Well, I wouldn't declare any snakes in my trousers. Not even a maggot, I'll be honest. If you're in Japan, as politicians order folk to laugh at least once a day. The directive ordered citizens to deepen their understanding of the beneficial health effects of laughter and make efforts to shape mental and physical health through laughing at least once a day. I'll just have to look at myself naked, and that makes me cry, to be fair. Britain set for Atlantic storm battering as a week's worth of rain to fall. So we're on about heat waves. Now we're on about a week's worth of rain in 5 minutes. Police hunt woman who's aged 35 with viral mugshot as bloke asks, is that in dog years? A woman's mugshot has gone viral for the wrong reasons after Preston police claimed that they were hunting a 35-year-old going by the Kelly Henry or Kelly Delaney. So if you see that woman, run away, she is a witch. Keir Starmer hints at bank holiday if England win the Euro 2024. Well, they won't, so that's not going to happen. Gareth Southgate lookalike spotted working as German cop in hilarious footage. He doesn't look anything like Gareth Southgate, he's got a beard. Aliens in white cubes swoop down to snatch 2 women off streets, says witness. The National UFO Reporting Centre received the report of alleged abduction and revealed details of the witness report. They were taken on a quiet residential street and then abducted by aliens. Extreme solar particle event would pose threat to human life, study warns. Scientists have warned an extreme solar particle event could expose humans to potentially dangerous levels of ultraviolet radiation, causing threats to human life. Have we not known that for decades? One of the most boring people on the planet. Son's school is letting them come in late after England match. I'm disgusted, says a parent. A mum has been left outraged after her son's school announced that it would be allowing pupils to arrive at 10 AM on Monday morning so they can watch the England football team play in the Euro 2024 final. It's only so that they can dry the tears off the pillows of these poor children who've been brainwashed into thinking that England has got a good football team. God. Clearest ever UFO photo showed spaceship chased by a jet, and it's been found after 30 years. Now look at that picture, it looks to me like it's been cut out and stuck on. Astronauts to drink own urine on spacewalks thanks to pee to water suit. The new spacesuit has been designed by Chris Mason's team. He's the political editor of the BBC at Cornell University in New York. It will allow astronauts to quench their thirst during spacewalks with their own pee. Now, basically, most water you drink has probably been through many digestive systems over the years, over the millennium that it's existed. So, yeah, it doesn't seem I don't see any problem with that at all. Would I wear one? No, because I like my water cold. Bruce Forsyth, boozing ghost, lives in my car. He knows who'll win the footy. With England set to take on Spain in the Euro final, predictions are pouring in from all angles, with one of the most legitimate straight from the ghost of Bruce Forsyth. Yep, seems perfectly legit to me. Brucey bonus if we win. Inside the club where Jay Slater last partied and claims it's very dangerous. Jay Slater partied at the Papagango nightclub before he vanished during his holiday in Tenerife 4 weeks ago. And they looked at what people have said about it on TripAdvisor, and it's not favourable. But if he was part of the alleged drunk gang culture, then it would be somewhere where you would go. UK Megastore, in real mess as it's set to collapse with 3,000 jobs at risk. One of the country's biggest floor retailers is facing collapse as bosses are reportedly getting ready to appoint administrators. A UK Megastore, Carpetright, I don't think no, it's not a Megastore, is it? It's UK Stores. How old do you have to be to run a pub? There's a politician who's an absolute prat, who's become an MP, who's 22. He's an absolute pillock. 22, way too young to be an MP. I was about this young lad here. Britain's youngest landlord is 18. He quit uni because he dreamed of pulling pints. And you're thinking, wow, where's he got the money from? Well, he's called Hugo Willett. So yeah, that'll be mum and dad. And he lives in Kent. Definitely mum and dad have bought him a pub. COVID deaths surge as hay fever-like symptoms leave Brits at risk. Despite a warning over the dangers of confusing hay fever and coronavirus, a huge rise in COVID-related deaths over the latter has now been reported up to the end of June. Now you have to remember that deaths have fallen off a cliff recently, so it's not too bad. Looks a smug git. Yes, he does. You look at that bloody 22-year-old politician if you want smug git. Psychic Seagull, named Judas, predicts England to smash Spain in Euro 2024 final. We've heard it from cats and meerkats on England's Euro final hopes, but now we turn to the unusual food-nicking pest seagulls to bring us even more hope of a 3 lines victory. The seagull's called Judas. What did Judas do? He betrayed us. 117 billion people have ever lived. 12,300.91 quintillion litres of water on Earth. Yeah, you're on about people, I'm on about digestive systems. That includes fish, jellyfish, any animal, trees, everything. Everything's been through a cycle, all the water, at least once, before we get it. Putin has had numerous assassination attempts on his life, Ukraine confirmed. Vladimir Putin is known to be paranoid about his own security and takes excessive precautions to ensure his safety. Yeah, I've had more assassination attempts than you have, says Putin. What an absolute... Water is... Exactly, water is billions of years old. Exactly, so it's been through digestive systems and things. Exact date, Brits set for 31 degrees summer, a scorcher as UK weather map turns red. Yeah, it's in 2037. Chilling new Jay Slater theory as teen could be alive after secretly boarding a yacht. Now internet detectives suggesting Jay may have fled the island on a yacht following reports he had stolen a Rolex watch worth £12,000 just hours before his disappearance. Sounds like Hitler, doesn't it? British Isles could soon face great white shark invasion, experts warn. The great white shark is one of the most fearsome predators in the ocean, and now some experts fear the beast could soon be making its ways to the seas around Britain. Yay. And finally, Jay Slater's mum shares how GoFundMe cash is to be spent, a statement issued. Jay Slater's mum, Debbie Duncan, revealed some of the £52,000 GoFundMe cash raised will bring out Dutch experts as she makes an emotional statement as she searches for a missing son, nears a 4-week mark. And that brings us to breaking news. So what's happened? Trump statement, I was shot. Jesus. Tornado-like cloud shocks drivers. How to watch Spain versus England for free. Well, it's on BBC and ITV. Slovakia at least 15 hurt as storm hits festival. Didum. Electric car battery breakthrough could ease range anxiety, but only when the car is new. Boris Johnson dances with ex-Australian PM as he and Tony Blair enjoy India's wedding of the century. Man killed in shooting at Donald Trump's rally tried to shield his family from the bullets. Princess of Wales arrives with Princess Charlotte for the Wimbledon men's final and presents the trophy. What else have we got? Are we on two? No, there we go. Clifton Suspension Bridge suspect shouts, "My boss is really bad," before fleeing the scene. Jay Slater's family aware of vile conspiracy theories, says mother in new statement. Right, okay. This wedding thing, all of the celebrities that are the $600 million Abani wedding. I mean, yeah, we send money to India, yet they can spend $600 million on a fucking wedding and things into space. This is where we're going. UK hospitals tell visitors with COVID symptoms to stay away amid summer outbreak of the new flirt variants. That was what I couldn't think of. Flirt. New government to unveil more than 35 bills in King's Speech. Common sleeping disorder linked to increased chance of memory loss. I did read that, but I can't remember what it said. Tesco's have shut some shops early. They've not even kicked off yet, and the shop shut at half 4. Why did they shut them early? Novak Djokovic shows his true colours with a message to Kate Middleton after Wimbledon defeat. "I hate the King Royals," he says. Really? Supermarket launches middle aisle style discounts that rival Aldi and Lidl. It's a bit desperate, isn't it? Kylie Minogue carried to BST stage in latex outfit by Andrew Scott and Jonathan Bailey because she couldn't walk in it. And I think that's your lot. Yeah, Trump, I was shot. No shit, Sherlock. So there you go then. Hate Lineker. Anyone noticed the shortage about turkey? People are getting more savvy about their diet. What do you mean eating more turkey? No, I think it's just they don't put turkey in the shops at this time of year. Anyway, you got 10 minutes till kick off, so we've got 6 likes, we've got 5 concurrent viewers, we've had 56 viewers overall. Average is 6.3 minutes. Big shout out to Tree Frequency, NE, Angela O'Kane, Rongun. I've done Rongun, I think I've done Rongun. I don't hate Guinness, I drink it. I'm not a violent man, Mr. Faulty. Yes, you are. So I managed to squeeze it all into an hour. I'm going to rethink how I do this. It takes so much time and effort for very little reward. So it may well be going on a different way from the future. But anyway, thank you for watching, if indeed you still are. Hi to T as well, by the way. Hope you're good. Mum, yeah. Yeah. But yeah, enjoy the football if you're watching it. If not, I will see you. I'm going to have some food, and I will see you in a bit for some gaming, because I'm desperate to avoid the football, because there is literally call on the telly. Although I do need to write my thing for the paper as well. Anyway, how's Silence? She's very naughty. She's been a very naughty girl today, but she's now sat on the windowsill again, so she's okay. Anyway, thank you for watching, if indeed you still are. I will be seeing you, and until next time, bye.